Hey, what is up, guys? So, hope you're all well today. So, today too is all about mastering your nutrition. So, this is something, this is the part that a lot of people get so much value from because they're going to dive into the ins and outs of everything you need to be doing based around nutrition to help you lose weight, drop body fat, and actually get to where you want to be. And when it kind of comes to nutrition, people do get kind of confused a lot just because simply like there's so many different diets out there with keto, paleo, low carb, high fat, vegan, meat free, all these kind of different diets out there. So there is a lot of conflicting stuff out there. But at the end of the day, there's one thing in common when it comes to any sort of diet that you do. And that one thing is that it puts you in a calorie deficit. And it doesn't matter what diet you're doing out there. If your goal is to lose weight, and if that specific diet is about helping you lose weight, it's putting you in that calorie deficit, which simply means you're going to be at a state where you're consuming less calories than your body's burning off each and every day. So what we're going to do is we're going to dive into this, and it's about, first of all, recognizing that your body is a machine and it runs off specific things. It runs off macronutrients and it runs off micronutrients. So it's a bit like having a car. Your car will run off, say, the petrol and the oil. And if you don't put that stuff in, the car isn't going to function properly and eventually it's going to break down. So that's just the way our body is as well. If you don't give it macro and micronutrients, eventually it will start to break down. So we're going to run through what macro and micronutrients are. So the first thing, macronutrients. So there's three different macronutrients. We got fats, protein, and carbs, and we have good fats and bad fats. So the good fats help give your body energy, protects your organs, supports cell growth, keeps cholesterol and blood pressure under control, helps your body absorb vital nutrients. So when you focus too much on cutting out all fat, it can actually deprive your body of what it needs most. Then we have the other fats, which is going to be basically your bad fats. Your saturated fat and your trans fat, which are kind of like unhealthy fats. Now, bad fats can confuse your appetite, so you can't tell when you're actually full. Bad fats raise your cholesterol, your blood pressure, can increase your risk of heart disease, stroke, diabetes, and even some cancers and stuff like that. So it's not to say you have to completely cut out having the bad fats, but it's about understanding that it's about having it in moderation. And it's about knowing as well that there is good fats and bad fats. And at the end of the day, it's not about giving up fats completely. It's about making sure that you're getting more good fats in than you are of bad fats. The next part then is protein. And like there's lots of reasons why you should, I suppose, eat protein. It reduces your appetite and hunger levels, increases muscle mass and strength. It's good for your bones, reduces cravings and desire for late night snacking, boosts your metabolism, increases fat burning, lowers your blood pressure, helps maintain weight loss, and it doesn't kind of harm your kidneys, and it helps your body repair itself after injury. So getting more protein into your body is another really important part as well, especially when you want to lose weight and drop body fat. Like I said a second ago, it does help with fat burning, and that's simply because your body works harder to break down protein than it does fats and carbs. So even when you ingest protein, your body's working to break it down and is burning even more calories. Cool. So next part then is our carbohydrates. So again, just like good and bad fats, we kind of have good and bad carbohydrates. So your good carbs, your complex carbohydrates, stuff like your fruit, your veg, is going to be in oats, brown rice, quinoa, beans, lentils, sweet potato. And they're often packed with nutritional layers of bran and fiber that make your digestion, make you digest that little bit slower. So not digesting as fast also leads to a slow, steady release of glucose and prevents spikes in your blood sugar. And with that then, like there's lots of good benefits of having carbs. Helps accelerate your recovery, energy production, controlling your weight, digestive health, heart health, muscle growth, boosts your mood, your brain function, disease prevention, and it can also even help you sleep better. So when you're on that weight loss journey, you go, oh my God, I have to give up carbs. At the end of the day, you don't have to give up carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are basically just like an energy source. And when you have good carbohydrates, there's lots of health benefits with that. Now, the other side of that is your simple carbohydrates. Now, these are the ones that you definitely might want to try and give up if you really want to try and lose weight. So your bad carbs will include kind of sugary refined grains, and they're basically stripped of all the bran and fiber and nutrients. So your white bread, your pizza, your pasta, pastries, white flour, white rice, desserts, a lot of breakfast cereals as well. And again, it comes back to the type of carbohydrate you're having. So it's not about cutting out all these kind of good carbs. Next part then is your micronutrients. So this is basically all your vitamins and minerals and stuff like that. And these play like a key role in almost all vital body functions, like your vision, your immunity, your bone formation, brain function, and can help you, I suppose, proper building and growing your body and getting your body to function a lot better. And deficiency in any of any one or even more micronutrients, it can have a negative effect on your overall health. So I always say as well, like your body is a machine and it runs off specific things. And it's just as well that when your body does get sick, it needs specific tools. And those tools are going to come in the form of mostly like micronutrients. And again, that's where we're going to get all the goodness, making sure that we're having lots of whole foods. So foods that have basically been alive before. And that's where all the goodness is going to come. And when you start putting all this goodness into your body, that's when your body's going to function so much better. So another part to nutrition as well is obviously going to be hydration. We want to make sure that we're getting plenty of water in. So ideally kind of 2 to 3 liters a day. You could even have like a pinch of salt, pinch of like pink Himalayan salt, or you can have Celtic salt, the kind of gray salt. That's something I do every morning at the moment is I put like a grain of Celtic salt under my tongue and then just knock it back with some water. So having some more salt in your body as well helps your body kind of stay a bit more hydrated. So next thing I want to touch on is the glycemic index. And this is basically like a rating system for foods that contain carbohydrates. And we're going to have low GI foods and we're going to have high GI foods. And the low GI foods basically break down a bit slower inside the body, which allows you then to kind of release the energy that comes with your carbohydrates a lot slower. But then like when you have high foods that are high on the glycemic index, like you're going to have like sugary stuff and all like white breads and all pastas and all that kind of stuff, it releases a lot faster. And when it releases faster, it gives you more of an instant energy hit. It's like if you were kind of, I suppose, let's say around lunchtime, you're feeling really tired and you kind of want to have something sugary. So it gives you that bit of a quicker kick of energy. And that's what's happening is it spikes up your spikes up your levels a lot more and you have that instant hit. But when you have an instant spike in your glucose and stuff like that, what's going to happen is you're going to crash a lot faster, and that's where people normally tend to get tired as well later on. So if you're having foods that are high on the glycemic index, say for your breakfast, by the time lunch comes, you're going to start crashing. And some of the benefits of having lower GI foods is it's good for weight loss, lowering your blood pressure, lowering cholesterol, improve diabetes, and lowering your risk of, I suppose, even having diabetes or heart or blood vessel disease or anything like that. So hopefully that makes sense anyway. So next part, what should I eat for breakfast, lunch, or dinner? So at the end of the day, when we're trying to focus on any meal, all we want to do is focus on making sure we're at least getting whole foods in 80% of the time. And it just comes back to, are we getting some good carbohydrates? Are we getting some good protein? And are we getting some good fats? So this is just like an idea of like some breakfast ideas, like having like eggs or an omelet, having oats, having a smoothie. So again, it's just looking for ways of getting goodness into you. Lunchtime then, it could be like salads, wraps, some sort of veg, rice, protein, or having an omelet or a smoothie again. So we're always looking, no matter which meal we're having, we're always looking for that same thing. Do we have some sort of good carbohydrate? Do we have some sort of good protein? And do we have some sort of good fats? So at the end of the day, fill your plate as much as you can with veg for every meal. Get that good bit of protein in you, and again, looking for those good carbs. So again, some dinner ideas, salads, some sort of chicken or fish or some sort of meat or whatever it's going to be with that bit of veg, and then some sort of good carbohydrate with that as well, or a smoothie or whatever you want to have. So at the end of the day, and no matter what meals you do have, it's about not overcomplicating for yourself. You don't have to go, oh my God, I have to cook these fancy meals or anything like that. Keep it simple for yourself, especially if you have kids at home and you're busy and stuff like that. Keep it simple for yourself. So it's whatever's going to work for you long term is the most important thing. Because yes, it's all good if you go really strict with your diet and all that kind of stuff, you will kind of get losing weight pretty quick. But if at the end of the day, you need to make sure that you can maintain it long term. I know a lot of people go on these yo-yo diets and stuff, and that's what happens is they get to the end of their 6 weeks, 12 weeks, whatever, and then they just go completely backwards. So you want to set it up in the way that you're doing it that it is sustainable for you, it works for you, it works for your lifestyle, and you can keep on moving forward. So next part, understanding energy balance. At the end of the day, if you want to lose weight and you want to drop body fat, it's all down to the amount of calories you consume on a daily basis compared to what you burn off each and every day. If you're someone that isn't moving too much, you have a desk job or you're working from home, you're not even getting much steps in, then you're going to be having to consume a lot less calories because you're not burning some off each and every day. So this is really important to understand. If your weight has gone up, then 100% you're consuming too many calories. If you're someone that wants to put on weight and your weight keeps dropping, then you're someone that is consuming too many calories or too little calories. So hopefully that makes sense as well. And as well, like I'll get people saying this to me, "Oh, but I'm eating really healthy and I'm not losing weight." At the end of the day, it's down to the calorie consumption. So for example, an apple is, say, about 95 calories. So if you were to eat 20 apples, that's 1,900 calories. And let's just say, for example, your maintenance phase for your calorie intake was like, say, 1,600 calories, for example. That means just by eating 20 apples, you're already gone over by 300 calories each and every day. Doing that over 7 days, that's an extra, 1,800 calories that you're, 2,100 calories you've consumed within that week gone over. So that's what's going to start working towards you putting on weight. So hopefully that kind of makes sense. And when we kind of already went through kind of energy balance and stuff like that. And the next thing then is what we want to try and focus on is how much protein should we actually consume? As I said a while ago, having higher protein is massively beneficial for losing weight. So whatever your weight is in kilos at the moment. So for example, let's say you're 70 kilos, you double that. So that's 140. So that's how many grams of protein ideally you kind of aim for each and every day. And then what we do as well is we work out how many calories we need. So we would use something called a TDE calculator. And by doing so, that helps you to work out your calories. And with that, when you put in your details, it does actually show you exactly how many calories you should be having. So what I might do here right now is I'm going to show you exactly how I do it. So share screen. So 1 second there now. I'm just going to stop sharing my screen. Come out of here for 1 second. I'm going to reshare my screen. To Zoom, share screen. Right, here we go. So there's a website here, right? It's called calculator.net. You should see it in the top corner here. And this is basically what you can use to help you work out your calories. All you simply do is you come into the fitness and health calculators, you go to BMR. This is your basal metabolic rate. Here, pop in your age. So for example, for me, I'm 41, male, I'm 182 centimeters. At the moment, my weight is, I think, 78. And all you simply do is click calculate. On the right-hand side, it says BMR. This is basically the amount of calories I burn per day without doing any activity at all. So it's around 1,700. Then you take into account your exercise. So let's just say at the moment, you're training, say, 2 to 3 days a week. So for here, what we do is we'd look at this 2,362, and that's kind of average what I'd be burning over the 7 days if I'm training, say, 2 to 3 days a week. And all we simply do then is when you want to lose weight, you reduce this number here by about 20 to 30%. So all I would do is I would take out my trusty little calculator on my phone. I put in, say, 2362, 2362, and I go minus, let's just say 20% equals 1,889. So let's just say 1,900 calories is what I would do, and that would put me in that calorie deficit. And if I'm having 1,900 calories, that would give me about 460 calories a day. I'd be in that deficit. So then over time, because I've reduced it, it's going to allow me then to be able to lose weight. Now, what we would do then is once we kind of taken this calorie number we have. Then we go to MyFitnessPal. Don't know if you've used it before. You can set it up for free. You'd set it up, just say, for example, breakfast here. We'd click on this. I'm just going to pick some random stuff here and just throw it in. So eggs, say baby spinach. When you're putting in your food as well into MyFitnessPal, don't forget you have to put in oils, butters, all this kind of stuff as well. So let's just say this. So I'm just going to put in some random stuff here, just sourdough bread there as well. And I'm just going to add that in. And you can also just type it in here as well. Whatever you want to type in, it will pop up. I'm just trying to do it quickly here. So yeah, you start putting in your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner, your snacks. And then at the end, you're going to have your totals. Now, we know that my target was like 1,900 calories. So as long as I can stay within that calorie range, we're doing okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to look at the protein. So here we can see what I just had there has 20 grams of protein. And like I said a while ago, whatever your weight is, you double that in kgs, and that's going to be your target. So if your target was, say, 150 grams of protein, you want to see where this is at the end of the day. So that means you can tweak your whole meal plan yourself, put in stuff, start changing it around, and then just make sure you're in the calorie deficit and make sure that you're hitting close to your protein target. And also as well, make sure that you are putting as much whole foods in there as you can. Obviously, if you have a really sweet tooth or whatever, you can have stuff, say, like having things like, say, a protein bar instead of having, say, a normal bar. And it's not that the protein bars are good for you. It's just that you're giving yourself that extra bit of protein then as well, rather than just having a chocolate bar. So there's just simple little things that you can do that can help you stay on track and work towards those targets. Also, as well, at the end of the day, if you're still, say, 200 calories underneath where you should be in terms of calorie deficit, that still gives you room to have snacks or have other things that you still may enjoy. And that's how you actually can eat the foods that you still enjoy and still make progress. So as long as you're in the calorie deficit, working towards your protein target, then there's no reason why you can't introduce other foods in there as well that you do already enjoy. So I'm just going to reshare my screen again, and we're going to get back to this. So hopefully that gave you a bit of understanding about working out your calories, working out your protein. And this is another thing as well that, so let's say for example, this is kind of like the way some people will kind of see their week and wonder why they're not losing weight. So let's just say, for example, your goal is to lose 10 kg. And your calorie target is 1,800 calories. So when you look at that over the week, it's actually 12,600 calories is what you're aiming for, right? So Monday, you're in your calorie deficit. Tuesday, calorie deficit. Wednesday, you're still in your calorie deficit because it's 1,800. Thursday, calorie deficit. Friday comes along, then you have a big meal with the family, a couple of snacks while you're watching TV, a couple of beers, wine, whatever it may be but it actually bumps you up to 2,500. And you might think, yeah, but I'm okay because I did really well Monday to Thursday. Saturday night, could end up going out, could be have a few nights out with your friends, a couple of more drinks, takeaway, all this kind of stuff. Sunday comes, have a fry up, but I've only one fry up once a week, or a takeaway, whatever. And so your calories have gone way over on the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, even though you did so well Monday to Thursday. But when you kind of add it all up, the total is actually 15,000 calories for the whole week. So that means, and if you divide that by 7, it's actually 2,142 calories that you kind of roughly had on average when you kind of add them all up and divide them by 7. So that means we have gone over our calorie goal for the week, and we've over-consumed by 2,500 calories almost. So if you're going to do that, and if you're going to do really well Monday to Thursday, and then the weekend you go out the window, like, you're never going to be able to lose weight. You're always going to be spinning your wheels. So if you could do this in a way that you still kind of stay in your calorie deficit, like I said, we work out your calories, you stay a little bit lower, you end up saving extra calories, and you can save calories as well by moving more. Like I was, I think I said yes on yesterday's video about the 10,000 steps. So 10,000 steps is roughly around 500 calories. So if you were to do 10,000 steps a day over 7 days, that's 3,500 calories a week you'd burn just from doing the walks. So say, for example, this person wasn't doing any walking at all and they just introduced the walking, they would actually be still in a calorie deficit, even though they had a night out Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So a lot of times people would ask me, like, do we have to give up the foods we love? And at the end of the day, no. So if, say, for example, you know you're going to have a night out coming up. So what you could do is you could jump onto MyFitnessPal, put in, say, right, I'm going to be going for Chinese, we're going to have this food, we're going to have that food, I'm going to have, say, roughly this many drinks or whatever. Put it on MyFitnessPal and it'll tell you exactly how many calories that you're roughly going to consume. And let's just say it was an extra 2,000 calories. So what you can do then is you can focus on trying to burn off those extra 2,000 calories throughout the week. So rather than just waiting for the weekend, have your blowout come Monday, then you have to work it all off. You can actually start with Monday and go, you know what, I'm going to consume 200 calories less each and every day leading up to the weekend. So let's just say you're going to go out on a Saturday. So you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You're going to save 200 calories a day. So that's 1,000 calories saved already. Then you're going to get your steps in. So that's going to be an extra 500 calories a day you're going to get in there. And you can see then how you can burn off even more calories leading up to having your night out. Then you have your night out. Come Monday, you've already worked it off. So you can still continue your journey moving forward and keep making progress. So hopefully that kind of makes sense to you. And to finish off now, I just have an action step for you. And it's to write down what you're willing to start changing or what you're willing to start having, say, for your breakfast, for your lunch, for your dinner, for your snacks. And ask yourself as well, like, how will you focus on improving your nutrition each and every day? How will you start to improve on your water intake? How will you start to plan your nights out more? So I'd love you to pop, I suppose, in the comments underneath this video inside the group. Let me know what are some of the changes you know you need to make with your nutrition that can massively help you progress and move forward. Also as well, any questions on nutrition whatsoever, feel free to shoot me a message or even just pop it in the comments under the video and I'll get to them straight away and we'll help you kind of progress, move forward and improve on your eating habits. But hopefully you got some sort of value from this video. I'd love to kind of also as well get some feedback from this video because I know a lot of people have kind of got some good value from this in the past. So I'd be excited to hear what you have to say about it. But again, cheers for guys for checking out today's video and I'll catch you all soon.